Hello, hello, it's Simone. I'm up with a Stuck Sketches process video. This is the sketch created by Laura, and here is my idea for it. I am going to turn the sketch around and I'm going to use these two 3x4 photos that were taken maybe in December 2010, maybe not, I don't know. And here are the things that I'm going to use. I ordered the pinkfresh Studio Christmas line, and then I pulled some Christmas stuff and papers that I thought would go with it. I ordered most of the line, but I also pulled in, as you can see, there is packaging from Coco Daisy, there's some October afternoon washi tapes, and then there is an exclusive vellum that was in our Christmas, or not Christmas, November Coco Daisy memory keeping kit. And I am going to cut down all of these things into strips. And what you can see here, this is a dashboard from the planner kits, and I thought about using that beautiful lettered word or phrase, but it won't make it onto the layout. I decided to scrapbook Christmas for my Stuck Sketches videos, and unfortunately I couldn't find my metal ruler because ripping paper with this plastic one doesn't go as well as using a metal one. So if you have funds to invest in a metal one, which I think they are $250 at Staples, they are very affordable. I thought about using the washi tape right on the background, but first of all, I didn't know where to put it, and second of all, I wanted to do some mixed media behind it, and I thought adding it onto the paper and then do the mixed media wouldn't really work. So I'm going through the paper pad and looking for papers, and actually the papers don't really go with the color scheme of my photos. But I think I'll make it work in the end. You will see. So I just stuck the washi tape onto some white cardstock, and now I'm just cutting around it. This makes it like a pattern paper strip, and I can move it around more easily, and it's not as see-through as it would have been on a background. So I'm just placing the strips there randomly, trying to distribute them evenly and looking if I need more, and then checking with my photos if I need more or not, or yeah. I can clearly see I need more, but before I cut more and work on that, I'm going to add some white gesso. This is the cheapest kind that I was able to buy back in Germany. I have had this gesso tub for 3 years or even 4 years already, and now I'm using my watercolors to do this packaging smooshing technique, whatever you want to call it. If you are a Missy Whitten fan, you know what I'm talking about. I had to let it dry in between, but I think I didn't even have time. So usually I'm crafting, scrapbooking in the morning and filming during the day because I do not have any. Well, I have one teeny tiny daylight light bulb, but I don't have studio lamps, so I need to rely on natural lighting. So I usually scrapbook when my kids are at school, but I have to do stuff first. So often I have to scrapbook in stages. So this was good. I was just added the gesso one day and then went on working on it the other day. So why am I using watercolor? Because it's actually the only color stuff that I have. I just received my very first order from Shimmer's Paint. I don't have any other spray paints or mists or whatever else I always see you scrapbookers use. I don't have that. I have never taken the plunge yet and invest in any because I never knew what to buy, what colors to buy, and so I never did. And yeah, so I'm really curious to see how they compare, so the watercolors compare to the shimmer spray mists. Because sometimes I really feel like the watercolor isn't really the right medium to do these kinds of techniques because it's actually so, there's a word, but I don't know it, see-through and not opaque. So a more vibrant color would sometimes be really fun. And as you can see, instead of thinking, overthinking the placement of the strips, I went ahead and just started sticking them down. And I'm not using scissors to cut them down. I'm just ripping them as I think they should be. And I think I realized right now that I needed more strips, so I will add them on, but this is a sped up process, and I actually also cut out a lot of my repetitive things that I did, like trying out the placement. I committed really quickly, but it still took quite some time. And so I didn't want to make you watch the same things all over again. So I made some more strips, I added them in, and when I'm done, you will see pretty soon, I hope like now. No, almost. Yeah, I'm going back in and I'm looking if I want to add more strips, but I think I'm actually I leave it as at that. So I have the word strips that are from the pinkfresh studio paper. Then I have my vellum, um, the packaging technique, and all of the other stuff. And here you could actually see that I went back in and added some more watercolor because when you put it onto the background, you always, or and I think that happens to most of us, think that this is enough. It's already so colorful and we don't want to overdo it. And then we add the pattern paper on top and our design and our photos, and then there's nothing left to see. So I added in more watercolor after I stitched my strips onto the background. So I used my sewing machine and did that off camera. I decided that this is how I want my photos to be placed, and I added this cardstock frame behind them. You can see it peek out, and now I'm going to embellish using the die cuts from the die cut pack. And I fuzz with this a very long time, especially with the packages down there to the right. There is this awkward trapped, it's not white, but space that just doesn't look right. Everything I try and everything I do looks wrong. And since I put my pictures, or I'm going to put my pictures up on foam, I need to put most of the embellishments that are going to be layered on top of the photos also on top of foam. And I really, really liked these stockings there, but they never fit. You will see later where I place them, and I really love where they are. They finish off the layout really nicely. Okay, let's work on the bottom corner. I'm not going to make you watch me fuss with this because it's so, but you will see I'm thinking and still thinking, and then I decide, no, this is not going to work. I'm going to put this here, and then here it comes. Hold on. Nope. I'm still shuffling this wood button around. I didn't really think I would use those wood buttons like with the wood because I actually don't really like them, but they grow on me. I'm a new scrapbooker, new in a sense of, yeah, hold on here. I did it. Yes, I moved the present embellishment up, and now there is no awkward gap down the up there. There is one down there, but that is easier to fill. And yeah, I'm placing that green present there that I wanted to use all the time. And now I really like how this looks. So what I was saying about those wooden buttons is that I have never really used them before. I always thought they were bulky, but I'm not as seasoned as most of you scrapbookers, and so some things I just need to use them for the very first time and see how they work. And that's what I did on this layout. So I used double-sided adhesive plus Tombow Mono Multi liquid adhesive to stick this whole photo embellishment cluster down. And now I'm adding the present and the wood button and the things. I really liked that 25 down there, even though we in Germany celebrate Christmas on the 24th, on Christmas Eve. And now I'm using those letter stickers, thickers from the Amy Tangerine on a Whim collection. And if you have watched my videos before, I have a whole on a Whim collection video series. I did not like this alpha set in the beginning. I thought it was way too colorful, and it is so versatile. I would have never ever guessed that I would get so much use out of it, and it works perfectly with a Christmas layout. Would you have guessed? I cut out a lot of me trying to find the alpha for the subtitle, and then I went with this alpha. It's a Teresa Collins one. And now I'm adding that wooden button up there. I really like having embellishments and sets of 3. However, I will have more. I'm going to fussy cut those stockings, and I'm looking for the right placement for it. And yeah, before I'm going to commit to cutting out the rest of them, I'm again checking if this is really something that would work on this layout, and I decide that I cannot make this decision without cutting it, fussy cutting it. And this, yeah, and then I'm thinking, oh, what would that look like? I could put it up here, or yes, and then I'm going to try and add another one of those. Yeah, I don't like this. Maybe underneath the title. No, it looked really nice up there. And then I'm adding those wood buttons up here, and I showed you the dimension of this layout, and I think it's done. The only thing that is left to do is me journaling, and again, I cut out a lot of it because I didn't really know, but I had a lot to say. So I talked about our Christmas at my parents-in-law and how we all built the Legos that the boys got, and that we then went home to my family and celebrated Christmas with my grown brothers and sisters, and it was the best of both worlds that we had that Christmas. And I think I'm done. Here's a look at my close-ups. We would love for you to play along with us and create a layout from this sketch. Don't forget to enter your layout into the link up on the Stuck Sketches website. There is a prize that we are giving away, and yeah, we would love for you to join us. Here's another look at the sketch, and here is my finished layout. If you want to keep on watching, there is a couple of videos on screen right now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!